Hey, seventh graders, this is your video for my Wednesday, November the 11th and my Thursday, November the 12th class. For those of you guys that may have missed, remember that we had to finish up, especially on my, for those of you guys that were in Monday's class, we did not quite finish these sources. So make sure you go into this and finish up the rest of that if you miss class. So you need to go through and read the directions and complete that, because that is counting as an assessment grade. So please make sure that you guys go ahead and get those done. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in Canvas in the inbox. Okay. But for today, make sure you guys there is no bell ringer, but make sure you guys take your attendance. Okay. So, there is a video that we are going to watch. And to watch that, we're going to watch this video in Edpuzzle. But what I also need you guys to do before I start watching the video, go ahead and open this up. So you're going to click on your questions, because we are going to watch the video in Edpuzzle, but I'm not assigning you the Edpuzzle. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to open this up, and you guys are going to have these questions. All right. And you're going to answer these questions as we go through the video. So you need to go ahead, pause the video right now, open up your questions. I'm going to go back in there and show you where that is again. So right here, module for you guys, it will say Thursday, but it's the Crusade video questions. So go ahead and open that up right now. I'm going to go ahead and start this video.
The most potent force in the story of mankind. It has built civilizations and destroyed them. As the Easter Islanders pay homage to their ancestral gods, on the other side of the planet, holy warriors destroy those of a different faith. In the Middle East, Jerusalem, a city under siege. Inside its walls, pandemonium.
All right. So now you guys are going to answer that first question in the quiz that I gave you in Canvas. If you didn't open it up, you got to go back to the beginning of this video that I'm creating for you guys, where I showed you where it is. So go ahead and answer that question.
Outside, 12,000 men, intent on butchery. Crusaders. Spearheading the attack, Tancred de Hauteville, a Norman knight descended from Vikings, filled with bloodlust.
So many people have died in the name of religion. Wars fought over religious belief have spilled so much blood. But I think of all the wars fought over religion, the Crusades belong in their own category.
All right, so go ahead and answer this question. And if I start it and you haven't answered the question yet, just pause this video so you can answer your next question. So question 2.
The slaughter here resonates to this day. Tancred de Hauteville, a Christian knight on a mission from God in the Holy Land, waging war on Islam.
Question 3.
By the end of the 11th century, 600 years after the fall of Rome, the two religions are great rivals. Christianity dominates in the west and north, Islam in the east and south.
All right. Make sure you answer this question on the sheet and the quizzes in Google.
Determined to curb the advance of Islam, the Pope calls on Christians to take up arms. Their target, the holy city of Jerusalem.
On the eve of the Crusades, Jerusalem under Muslim rule.
All right. Next question. Remember, you can be pausing my video, which will pause this while you're answering the questions.
Muslim rule was actually a hotbed of creativity and interreligious dialogue. There were Jews, there were Christians, there were Muslims. For the most part, they lived in relative harmony.
But each lays claim to the city. Jews revere it as their ancient capital. Muslims know it as Al-Quds, the holy. From here, the Prophet Muhammad journeyed to heaven. And for Christians, Christ was crucified here.
It's amazing when you go to Jerusalem, if you just stop for a second, you'll see that these people actually have more in common.
Answer this question.
Than they have that are differences. They are the sons and daughters of Abraham.
To all who join the crusade, Pope Urban offers eternal salvation, declaring,
The Lord beseeches you to destroy that vile race from the lands of our friends. All who die by the way shall have immediate remission of sins.
A knight could sin as much as he liked, and simply by going to the Holy Land, he had been given forgiveness by the Pope. He had been given his passport to heaven. He could win fame, he could win glory, and he could come back with booty. It is one of the most shameful undertakings ever embarked upon by our species.
With absolution assured, nothing holds back the Crusaders. One records joyfully.
Piles of heads, hands, and feet were to be seen in the streets of the city. It was a just and splendid judgment of God that this place should be filled with the blood of...
All right. Next question. Go ahead and get that answered.
blood of the unbelievers.
If I have a belief system that literally says, God tells me that I must slaughter anyone who wants to stop me from being here, it will allow you to justify any horrific act you take at that point.
Tancred hesitates.
All right, next question. Go ahead and get that answered.
He decides to ransom the Muslims and stop killing them. He gives them his standard, a signal to others that they're under his protection. At the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, he prays.
Having a singular belief system where I've deferred responsibility to God can allow me to do brutal things on a battlefield.
Pater Nostra, qui es in celis, sanctificatur nomen.
But I think when it gets quieter, when the images come back into the mind, that has effect on a human being.
Amen.
Returning, he finds his captives slaughtered behind his back by other crusaders.
The Crusades were as bad as it gets. Remember that these guys embrace the same God, many of the same beliefs, the same prophets, and yet the streets ran deep with their blood and that of their brothers. It shows the extraordinary power of ideas to take hold of people's minds and drive them to commit acts of great sacrifice and love on the one hand, but also acts of tremendous barbarity and hatred on the other. It's the double-edged sword of religious belief.
The Crusades will continue for 2 centuries and cost more than 1 million lives.
All right. Answer that question. All right. And there is one last question that you will need to answer. So you will need to answer that very last question, question 10. And let's go ahead and show you the last little bit of what we need to do for Wednesday and Thursday's class. So we also have a reading and an exit slip. All right. So you can open up your exit slip. All right. And you're going to work through this exit slip, another quiz that you're going to take. All right. And you're going to do that and submit it from this reading here on the Crusades. It's just a 1 page. So you're going to read through this. You're just going to read through this, and you should be able to blow it up a little bit if you need to. All right. So you can read through this. Oop. All right. So, but you can blow it up, make it a little bit bigger or smaller. And you read through this and then do that quiz. And that's what I have for you guys for my Wednesday and Thursday class. So this will be due at our next class. Now, for those of you guys that are not going to, that were not here and obviously are listening to this, Friday will be a very short class. I won't be there, but I do need you to get on and do your attendance and watch the short little informational video. It's probably going to be just a couple minutes long that I need you to watch for Friday. I have a school meeting that I need to attend. So make sure that you guys get on and do your video and do your attendance for Friday's class. So I will see you guys on Monday or Tuesday.